Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood. Today, as many of you are no doubt cleaning up after New Year's and other holiday celebrations, I thought it'd be the perfect time to take a look at one of our most utilized kitchen tools, the dishwasher. Now, before I get started on anything else, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been listening and everyone who participated in my Christmas giveaway. Many of you even took time to write kind notes, and really that made my day. As promised, I randomly selected a winner, so congratulations, Rebecca. Be sure to check your email because you should have received a gift card on the 31st. Thanks again to everyone who participated, and be sure to keep listening because I'm planning to put some more random giveaways in future episodes. Now, on to dishwashers. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. For decades, one of the greatest kitchen debates is about the pre-rinse. Some people swear that you have to practically wash the dishes in the sink before you can put them into the dishwasher, or they just won't get clean. Others say it's perfectly fine to put dirty, food-covered plates directly into the machine. What do you think? Is it really necessary to let the dishes soak and pre-rinse them in order for the dishwasher to be able to do its job? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is scullery. That's S-C-U-L-L-E-R-Y. A scullery is a small room or section of a pantry in a large house traditionally used for washing dishes, laundering clothes, and other dirty household work. In the hierarchy of a grand Victorian home, the scullery was distinct from the main kitchen. While the kitchen was for cooking, the scullery was strictly for cleaning and scrubbing. It's derived from the Old French word escuelerie, which is derived from escuella, meaning dish, and can be traced back even further to the Latin word scutella, meaning a serving platter. Historically, the scullery maid was the lowest rank among the household staff and was tasked with the most grueling physical labor, primarily washing pots and pans by hand for hours on end. It was exactly this tedious, backbreaking environment that inspired the invention of the modern dishwasher. Today, while we don't often use the word scullery in modern architecture, the concept of a dedicated space for cleaning remains essential, even if our scullery maid is now a robotic box installed under the counter. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about dishwashers. Number 1. The modern dishwasher was invented by a wealthy socialite, not a scientist. Josephine Cochrane, a wealthy woman in Shelbyville, Illinois, is credited with inventing the first commercially successful dishwasher in 1886. While many inventors create machines to save themselves from labor, Josephine didn't actually do the dishes herself. She became frustrated when her staff accidentally chipped her fine china during hand washing. She famously said, quote, "If nobody else is going to invent a dishwashing machine, I'll do it myself." And that's what she did. She realized that previous patents for a dishwashing machine had a major flaw because they tried to mimic the motion of hand scrubbing. Her solution was to use water pressure and simply spray the dishes clean. She measured her dishes and constructed wire compartments to hold them, compartments that were very similar to the racks we use today. And then she placed them inside a wheel and laid that flat inside a copper boiler. She debuted her machine at the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, where it was a sensation among hotel and restaurant owners, winning the prize for Best Mechanical Construction, Durability, and Adaptation to its line of work. Number 2. Using a dishwasher actually saves more water than washing dishes by hand. It might seem counterintuitive because the machine runs for a long time, but a modern Energy Star certified dishwasher is incredibly efficient, using about 3 or 4 gallons of water per load. By contrast, studies have shown that washing the equivalent amount of dishes by hand, especially if you leave the tap running to rinse, that can use up to 27 gallons of water. Over the course of a year, switching from hand washing to using a dishwasher can save a household thousands of gallons of water. The efficiency comes from the fact that the dishwasher recycles the same water throughout different stages of the wash cycle. It filters the water to remove food particles and pumps it back through the spray arms, so every drop is utilized to its maximum cleaning potential before it gets drained. This means that running the dishwasher, even if it isn't completely full, is often still more environmentally friendly than filling up a sink and washing a few plates by hand. Number 3. You can actually cook dinner inside your dishwasher. Believe it or not, dishwasher salmon is a thing that real people have been enjoying for years. Because a dishwasher essentially acts as a watertight box and maintains a consistent, relatively low temperature with high humidity, it creates an environment similar to poaching or sous vide cooking. By wrapping a salmon fillet tightly in aluminum foil to keep the soap out, you can run it through a standard wash and dry cycle, and the heat will cook the fish perfectly. The temperature of a standard dishwasher cycle usually peaks around 140 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the ideal internal temperature for cooked salmon. While it's certainly not the most conventional way to prepare a meal, the heat distribution inside the appliance is oddly perfectly suited for cooking fish. But if you do decide to try this, I would recommend skipping the detergent just in case that foil wrapping isn't quite watertight. Number 4. One of the hardest things to clean is a dried egg yolk, which has made it an industry standard for testing effectiveness against stubborn messes. When manufacturers test new dishwasher models, they don't just throw in random leftovers. They use very specific, standardized messes they call soils to ensure the machines are up to par. One of the toughest tests involves pots and pans coated with burnt-on cheese, dried egg yolk, or baked-on oatmeal, which are notoriously difficult to remove once they've hardened. These substances have sticky, protein-rich bonds that food forms with ceramic and metal surfaces. To pass certification standards, like those set by the Association of Home Appliance Manufacturers, a dishwasher has to be able to remove these stubborn soils without any pre-rinsing by the user. The engineers designed specific spray patterns and water jets to target these areas, often using what's called a turbidity sensor. This sensor shoots a beam of light through the water. If the water's cloudy or turbid with food particles, the machine knows to keep washing, and if the water's clear, it knows the job is done and moves on to the rinse cycle. And our 5th and final fun fact for today: some items are designated top rack only because of the water flows and heat distribution. We're often told to put plastics and delicate items on the top rack, and this isn't an arbitrary rule. It's because the heating element in most dishwashers is located at the very bottom of the tub. During the drying cycle, the heating element can reach very high temperatures to evaporate the water, and this intense proximity heat can warp plastic containers and melt lighter items placed on the bottom rack. The top rack provides a buffer zone where the heat is more ambient and less direct. Also, the water pressure is slightly different between the two racks. The bottom rack receives the most powerful jets designed for heavy pots and pans. The top rack is generally designed for glasses and cups, utilizing a gentler spray to prevent delicate glassware from being knocked over or broken. Understanding this vertical zoning system can significantly extend the life of your kitchenware. And really, that was kind of the whole point of the dishwasher to begin with. Now for some news you can use. I know the dishwasher does pretty much all the job of cleaning, but How you load your dishwasher can actually make a big difference. When you load your dishwasher, always make sure the dirty side of the dishes faces towards the center of the machine. The spray arms spin from the middle and push water outward, so if you place a plate facing the wall of the dishwasher, the water will just hit the back of the plate and miss the dirty surface entirely. By angling bowls and plates downward and inward, you maximize their exposure to the water jets and detergent. Now, as long as I'm talking about the placement of things in the dishwasher, there's long been a great debate about the silverware basket. Should the handles be up or down? Generally speaking, for the best cleaning outcomes, you want to put the handle side down and business side up. That will expose the part you eat with, like the tines of the fork, to the maximum amount of water and prevent the basket itself from shielding the dirtiest parts of the utensil. Of course, those of you with small children in the house might consider, for safety reasons, putting the knives with the blade down to keep hands safe from accidental cuts when loading and unloading the machine. And finally, make sure that the spoons don't get nested together. If the spoons are spooning too closely, that's going to prevent water from getting in between and washing the full utensil. So as you load the basket, you actually want to fill each compartment with a mixture of forks, spoons, and knives so that they're all separated and the water can reach all different parts. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked, is it really imperative to pre-rinse your dishes? This one is a hard no. It's a fallacy. In fact, most modern dishwasher manufacturers and detergent companies explicitly tell you not to pre-rinse your dishes. This is because modern detergents contain enzymes that are designed to latch onto food particles. If you wash all the food off, the enzymes have nothing to grab onto, which can actually cause the detergent to work less efficiently and potentially etch or cloud your glassware because the soap is too harsh for clean surfaces. Not only that, but modern dishwashers have advanced sensors that detect how dirty the water is. If you put in pre-rinsed dishes, the sensor thinks the load is already clean and may shorten the cycle, leaving you with dishes that aren't fully sanitized. So scrape big chunks of bone or leftovers into the trash, but leave the sauce and crumbs on the plate. It saves you time, water, and actually results in a cleaner dish. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about dishwashers with me today. Be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.